Live. We're talking comics. Why should you stay and join us every week at 6 o'clock on Thursdays? It's because we build a community of comic collectors. We talk about comic books. We talk about anything else you want to talk about. This week, we have dedicated this episode to the Joker because the Joker movie premiered today. Not hearing many good things about it. It is what it is. I am not really too enthused about it because it's a musical and I am not a fan of musicals. So the Joker has joined us. Let's get them into frame. And we're going to go through our comic books for the week. 2 new features this week. Feature number 1. Brian is also on with us, so he will be replying to any comments you make. We noticed in past weeks I'm missing some comments, so we don't want to miss comments. We want everybody involved. Second thing is we are going to make recommendations to you for next week. So you can go to your comic shop on Wednesday and pick up the comic books we recommend, hopefully. So without any further ado, let's get into looking at comic books this week. Here's how it works. We take our bag of comic books for the week. We go through the comic books we bought. And then we talk about them a little bit. We hear what you guys want to say. We say a couple things, so hopefully you enjoy this. First one up is Absolute Power number 4, written by Mark Waid, one of my favorite writers. Art by Dan Mora. Absolute Power is coming to an end, hopefully soon. It's going to lead right into All In, so I believe this is the final episode, because All In also starts. Also bought the variant cover with the Flash on it. You know I buy all my Flash variant covers. This one was pretty cool. Also this week, the first all-in crossover comic plug. I know you're here, Jason. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, if you missed the beginning, Brian's going to be on here. He's going to be responding to any questions you might have. So if you have any questions in the comments and I missed them, Brian will reply to them. Yet better than I thought, and it's leading into All In. So All In starts this week. And one of the cool things about All In, I didn't realize, this is Batman 153 with the All In tie-in. Chip Zdarsky is writing. Jorge Jimenez is doing the art. They have something interesting in the back. They did the AEW wrestlers as comic book characters. So they got Orange Cassidy, Will Ospreay, Darby, Swerve, Britt Baker. Not often mentioned on here, but I am a big comic book fan. Yeah, old school looking. Yeah, look at that. That doesn't it look like New 52 Batman number 1 is what it reminds you of. That initial cover. So see, Brian's here. He's going to reply to any comments that I might miss as we go along. So there's your All In. Here's your All In special number 1. Josh Williamson and Scott Snyder writing it. It's dual cover, front and back. There you go. So this is their next big thing, All In. It's going to lead to the Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman, right? Which is coming out next week. Next week, actually, Absolute Batman comes out, so we'll talk about that later. Here is Creature Commandos number 1, David Dasmachian and Jesus Hervés. I'm a big fan of the Creature Commandos. I don't think they use them nearly enough in DC, so hopefully this is not only good, but kickstarts the Creature Commandos. I know it's supposed to be doing a show on HBO, so hopefully that will help out. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. Oh, we love Madman here. Madman is one of our favorites because we love Mike Allred. Mike Allred now, we're at a point with Mike Allred where we email Mike Allred and he answers our questions like that. We've become friendly with him. So this week, DC, I Know What You Did Last Crisis. I love the cover. I love the cartooniness of it. So hopefully it has a bunch of different writers in here, including Kevin Scott, who is going to be on the show probably in the next month or so. We have him scheduled. Hopefully that goes good. Justice Society of America, Jeff Johns and Todd Nuck. I'm a big fan of the Justice Society of America, so I like to see them getting back into the comic world. Multiverses, you guys taught me all about this last month. Brian Miller and John Samavari are working on it. This is based on the video game. Thank you all of you that messaged me and said that it's the video game that this is based on. I had no idea whatsoever about the video game. Tried to find it. My kid said we don't have the system that it works on, so I know. I don't know what's going on with that with JSA. There's no consistency to when it comes out. So I have it on my pull list, so it gets pulled. I don't have to worry about it coming or not coming. So My Adventures of Superman, based on the cartoon. Josie Campbell, Pablo Cala working on it. It's been okay. I'm a Superman fan, so I get it. My favorite comic right now from DC, Plastic Man #2, and it's Black Label, so it's more adult. Check out our full-length video on Plastic Man being a pervert. Christopher Cantwell is writing. Alex Lines is doing the artwork. Another all-in tie-in, Shazam #16. This is written by Josie Campbell, who's writing a lot for them. Dan McDavid is doing the artwork. Let's see if yeah, it's the same picture. I thought there would be different ones. They're supposed to be in all of these, so maybe each week will be a different one. One of my favorite series right now, it's a limited series over at Marvel, is Get Fury. Garth Ennis is writing, one of Brian's favorite authors. Jalen Burrows is doing art. What the story is Nick Fury was captured in Vietnam, and they send Frank Castle to save him. But it turns out that the U.S. government is kind of turning on them, so they have to try to survive. The issue's been really good. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments there. JSN been completely off schedule. Yes, it does not come out consistently. You know how much I love these Marvel Secret Wars facsimile. It is exactly how it appeared in 1984 with the actual ads. It looks, I wish they would do it on the paper that was back then too. That's my only thing. Has the actual things. Has this, which if you ever really look behind me, that's actually hanging up behind me, the original game that I played when I was in my teen years. My Scotty Young cover of the week. My favorite Scotty Young character is Venom. This is Venom Ward #3. I love the way he does Venom kind of childish. Actually want to see some. I have a no, it's not in this one. Recently I've had a bone to pick with some Marvel comics. Let's see if it's in the Fury. I don't like where they're putting the first ad. No, they didn't do it in, but maybe it's just last month. Werewolf by Night. This is Red Band. This is issue #2. Red Band means that it's more adult-oriented. That's why it's in the bag, so the kids can't pick it up and read it. Can't wait to start reading it. Hopefully, anyone out there reading it yet? How has it been? Yeah. He really makes Venom less menacing. Ooh, Venom Pool. How about that? Yeah, the Detective Comics was great, right, Brian? We both bought it. Very rarely do Brian and I buy the same book. The Detective Comics 27 that came out for Batman Day, we both bought it. X-Force #3. Jeffrey Thorne is writing. Marcus Toe is doing the artwork. Let's see if this has what I've been complaining about. No, it does not. They've been putting ads right on that second page. Like, it's not consistent with the story. They put an ad here, which I'm not very fond of. Ultimate Black Panther #9, Brian Hill, Stefano Casile. Those of you that are on here every week know I'm going to read these Ultimates at some point. Right, Comic Plug? I'll get to them sooner or later. Still missing the first issue, so I can't start if I don't have the first issue. So that's all of my comics for the week. Take a minute or two to try to guess how much I spent. At this point, I'm going to recommend comics for you for next week so you can go and pick them up. I know indies this week. They didn't have any horror indies this week, and I've been buying quite a few, but nothing came out this week for me. So I do have some indie recommendations for next week. So here are my recommendations for next week. This is a new part of our chat. We're going to do 1 DC, 1 Marvel, and 3 indies. So you guys that are indie fans, 3 indies a week. First one is Absolute Batman #1. Of course, this is going to be huge. It's already going to a second print. There are 13 variant covers for issue #1, including a Midtown Comics exclusive. Pick that one up. We love Midtown Comics here. They're friends of ours. And also a Scotty Young variant that you can only get on Scotty Young's webpage. Check that one out. I ordered one today. They are not cheap. Yeah. I'll give you good recommendations here. Marvel recommendation, Blade Red Band #1. Blade is going to be more adult oriented in the new series that he's doing. The last one was not. This one is. So give it a look. Starts next week. There's a couple of variant covers, not many. Here are some independent ones. Some I knew were coming. Some I had no idea. Some you are all going to be surprised. We're in New York all the time. We're from New York, Trinidad. We're here. We'll be at New York Comic Con. Or just me, Brian Scad. Terminator 1 is my recommendation from Magma Comics. We are going to be interviewing sometime in the next couple of weeks, the owner and the CEO of Magma Comics. We have an interview coming up. We don't really talk about comics. We actually talk to creators of comics. It's one of our favorite things to do. We had a Dan Waters interview, which went live on Tuesday. Dan Waters is going to be writing a new Batman 12-issue maxi series. He's also writing Nightwing, and he wrote Creature from the Black Lagoon for Image. Great guy. Check out that interview. Coming up, we have interviews with some other creators. We'll mention it at the end of the show. Terminator is from Magma. We like them. So, no, Terminator is from Dynamite. The Magma comic is Night of the Slasher, which is also a #1. That's going to be written by Kevin Scott, who is going to also be on the show. That's from Magma. Check out Magma. They're a nice bunch of guys over there. So that's our 2 recommendations for indie comics. Here's the last one. I know this one is going to be big for everyone. Toxic Avenger #1 from Ahoy Comics. Yes, Toxic Avenger is back. Yeah, it's Joker. It's a Joker episode. I had to wear the Joker hat. That's why I'm wearing the green shirt too. We didn't talk. Has anyone seen the Joker yet? If you have seen it, put in the comments if you liked it or not, even if you're not watching this live. So if you like Joker, let us know. If you didn't like it, let us know. Check out, we're going to have a survey on whether you liked it or not, probably on Sunday. We're going to have a survey on Friday, who your favorite Joker is. So there you go. There's our recommendations. Like I said, we're not just talking about comics. We actually talk to the creators. So check out some of our interviews. Dan Waters was this past Tuesday. Great interview. He was a really nice guy. Coming up next week, we are interviewing David Quinn, who created Faust. He gave us some really good insight into comic book creating, and he's been in the comic industry for 4 years. And the following week, we interviewed the creators of The Pedestrian, Joey Esposito and Sean Gorman, 2 great guys. That was a really fun interview. And we have 4 or 5 more creators scheduled for this month. So check them out too. As always, thanks for spending your time with us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family. Like, subscribe. Be back here next week on Thursday at 6 o'clock. I am not reading Geiger. I skipped on it because you guys know my piles get bigger and bigger every week, so I have to skip on certain things. Yeah, we've been lucky with our guests. A lot of people say no, and we got some really cool ones coming up too. I'm trying to get more old school guys on here, people who worked in the 70s and 80s, and we are going to do a little bit of filming at New York Comic Con because we're actually going to meet some of the people that we've had on interviews in person for the first time. So I'm really looking forward to that. We have a lot going on here. We try. We're growing. We're a community. It's you guys. You guys keep pushing us to do more and more and more. Thanks for watching. Love what you collect. Oh, you can't hear Brian. Collect what you love. I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same channel. Love you guys. See you next week.